It's very common during the Christmas months or during the winter for people to gain weight because they become less active and they're eating more, but they're also eating often a lot more sweets. So they're activating this switch that actually wants us to prepare us for a day when we hibernate. But in fact, we don't hibernate. People think of gaining weight as being a problem of eating too much calories and exercising too little. But it turns out that there is a biological process that animals use to gain weight. And by studying animals that, for example, that are preparing for hibernation, we've been able to identify an actual biologic mechanism that stimulates weight gain, stimulates food intake. The switch can be activated by foods. And the number one foods that activate it are sugar and high fructose corn syrup, because both of them contain fructose. So sugar and high fructose corn syrup are in a lot of processed foods, and they're added to a lot of foods. And so we're eating as much as 10 to 15% of our diet of these added sugars. But it also can be made when you eat a high glycemic food like potatoes, rice, cereals, chips. These kinds of foods actually can be converted, at least partially, into fructose in our body, and they can help drive this biologic switch to make us want to gain fat. There are several ways we can combat the switch. And the first one is to watch what kind of foods we eat, especially as Christmas is coming. So, we want to reduce sugar. We want to reduce intake of sweets. Soft drinks, which contain sugar or high fructose corn syrup, are especially bad. Alcohol also activates this switch. And there's now evidence that alcohol can also stimulate the body to make fructose. It turns out that salt also can activate this pathway, and restricting salt intake is a good thing not only for your blood pressure, but also to help keep your waistline good. The data shows that drinking water is extremely good for your health. It actually can help block this switch. In animals, we can reduce the development of obesity by just increasing their water intake. And we can do a lot of good by just drinking more water, reducing our salt, watching our sugar, keeping away from those high glycemic carbs as much as possible,